Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm here to give you guys a quick update on the Lubbock, Texas housing market. But real quick, if you don't know me, my name is Brennan May. I'm a licensed realtor here in Lubbock, Texas. I focus on helping residential buyers, sellers, and investors. So if you're looking at maybe purchasing some property here, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'll have all my contact information in the description down below. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into these numbers. All right, so first things first, we've got these light green bars here that are homes that are for sale. The dark green bars are homes that have already sold, and the red line is homes that are currently pending. So this chart is going to go month by month all the way back to March of 2022, and really it's just here to give you a visual representation of the supply and demand in the market and how it's been changing over the last several months. So the biggest takeaways that I want you guys to look at is right over here. In May of 2023, there were 1,270 total homes for sale. Compared to May of 2022, there were only 660. So that's a 92% increase, almost double the homes available now compared to a year ago. The other interesting part of this data is that 7% more homes sold in May compared to the same time last year, and 6% more went pending. And I say that that's surprising just because the market is so much more expensive to buy a home right now in 2023 compared to last year. So to me, that's just a testament to how strong the Lubbock housing market is and just how much it's growing. And when we scroll this table down, we actually get a better look at the total homes sold and pended for the year. If we look at January to now, there were 2,317 homes sold so far in 2023. And compared to that same time last year, there were 2,565. So that's a 10% decline in sales so far this year. And I think that the reason for that is that people were just holding off in the beginning of the year. You know, things were looking pretty uncertain and people just wanted to wait. And that's why you've seen this kind of a little bit of an explosion this month, is that people are finally just deciding, you know what, we can't wait anymore. We got to make a move now. All right, so moving on to our next chart here, we're getting into the good stuff. This is the average price, sold price, and median price for Lubbock. So green line here is the average listed price for sale, and the red line is the average sold price, and blue line is the median price in each month all the way back to March of 2022. And really the first thing that you should notice here is that all of these lines are holding pretty steady for the most part. I mean, there's been a couple dips over the last few months here and there, but for the most part, even though the overall economy is kind of in an uncertain state, the Lubbock housing market has weathered this storm really well, and it's holding strong. As we can see looking down here is that the median sold price is up almost 4%, and the average sold price is up almost 2.5%. So prices are still climbing in Lubbock. What's pretty interesting is that the average active listing is actually listed at a price that's about 1.5% less than it was a year ago. But at the same time, the average sold price is still climbing 2.5%. And if we scroll down where you can see year-to-date numbers, we kind of see the same theme again. Median sold price is up 2.2%, average active price is up almost 1%, and average sold price is up 1.1%. So things are still positive. The market's still climbing, albeit very, very slowly, but it's going up. So what do these numbers mean for you? Well, it kind of depends on who you are. If you're a seller, then really you should feel pretty relieved that you're still seeing positive numbers, even with interest rates being where they are and the economy as a whole. I know we're all kind of struggling with inflation right now, and so to see the numbers are still in the green, I mean, that's a good sign. Now, on the flip side of that, if you're a buyer, you know, these numbers probably weren't as pretty to you. There's no denying that 2023 is a really expensive time to buy a home. If it's not the most expensive, it's definitely up there with one of the most expensive markets that the United States has ever had. But the one good thing I can say is that we've seen sellers being pretty reasonable as far as helping out buyers with down payments, closing costs, being willing to give you a credit just to buy down your mortgage rate. It's not uncommon in this market to see sellers helping out the buyers as far as that goes. Now, would I personally purchase a home in this market? Honestly, I want to say yes, but I would be super picky and I would have a very strict criteria. I wouldn't want my mortgage payment to be way more than what I would pay in rent. So that would probably mean either having to negotiate with the sellers to get a rate buy down, or maybe looking in a lower price range than what I would probably be comfortable with. Those are things that if you're okay with, then maybe it still makes sense for you to buy. And on the flip side of that, if you're not okay with that, then it might be better to hold off and just keep saving up money, work on your credit, and hope that you can purchase in a year or two. I would also say that if you're somebody that wants to move out of Lubbock in the next year or two, then again, it probably doesn't make sense to buy right now. But if you're somebody that's planning on being here for the next 5 to 10 years or so, then it would probably still be a good idea to purchase. And the reason I say that is just because Lubbock is growing so fast that, to me, I only see positive in Lubbock's future. I don't see anything like a market crash or something like that. And I think the numbers that we looked at in these charts are supportive of that as well. Now, if you're an investor in today's market, when it's this expensive to buy a home as an investor, honestly, it kind of sucks. I don't know how else to say it other than that, but it's tough to find a deal that makes sense on paper. But if you just stick to your criteria, stick to your buy box, make sure the numbers all work out before you make a move, and you'll be okay. I mean, there's new listings hitting the market every day. That means there's new opportunities every day. So it's just a matter of sticking to your criteria and being patient. And when something hits the market that fits your box, you just got to pull the trigger on it real quick and be ready. But with all that being said, you guys, that's the end of the video. I hope that I was able to answer some of your questions and that you feel more confident making a decision today. If you have any other questions, just let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to interact with you guys and give you all the information that I can. But other than that, thank you guys and take care.